Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler, and I'm going to do this first part. I don't have all the information, but I'm going to give some of it to you this morning and come back later. This is AKT Celebrity Reads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. I'm a psychic medium. All of these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I don't know all of the people that I see these things about in the spirit realm. I am a psychic medium, an empath, a medical intuitive. I read tarot. I'm speaking to those that are physically dead yet still alive, outside of the physically dead body. The real them, the real soul, mind, and heart of them that came to reincarnate in a physical body is still alive. They moved from here to the other side and come back to give me information they want people to know. Please put my Cash App in the link for me because I can't look at the Cash App and channel at the same time. Look at the chat. Please click like, share, subscribe, and continue to donate and support me so I can continue to get well and do the work that I do. This reading has been coming to me the past few days. People have been asking me about Nipsey's Hollywood Star of Fame, the 5-pointed star, the pentagram on the Walk of Fame. On his birthday, August 15th, 2022, he would have been, he still is 37 years old. And I'm just going to give you what I'm getting right now, where he wants to go. I always like to be respectful of where people want to go. And it's, it's something else. It's quite amazing here. And I love you all so much for being with me and thanking me and loving me and showing me you love me back and supporting me and donating to me. I want to thank, I don't know her name, but I want to let her know if she hears this, baby, I did not look over you or anything. I love you. I appreciate the Eritreans that come over here and the Ethiopians that come over here. I love the people. I love the culture. They're some of the most beautiful women in the world and most beautiful people. And I'm in love with the food. When I started out my public access People TV in 2006, I remember I was going over to the health food store, a little 5.7 under, and there's an Ethiopian girl. And I know this, they have, hate and misunderstanding. The Ethiopians a lot of them don't deal with the Eritreans. The Eritreans don't deal with the Ethiopians. And because of Haile Selassie, I understand that. But still, I have met beautiful Ethiopian women when they saw Alexis K. Tyler Vagina Power Show on public access People TV in Atlanta. I started in 2006 and it was a hit all over Atlanta. And then when they got rid of me, the white lady that worked there, very, very racist, very prejudiced, but the house niggas went to her. They didn't like me. They didn't like my show. They basically didn't like anything about me. I've been disliked all my life, so I'm used to it now. But they forced her, they told her, we'll do what you want us to do. We'll support this station if you get rid of Alexis. We don't like Alexis. And that's what she did. And as I was fighting and I was picketing in front of her office, in front of her car, in front of her parking space, downtown every day. And I said, you're not going to get rid of me like that. And I know them niggas told you to do this shit because they'd be peeping and watching me picking and wouldn't even join in. I'm like, she fucks over y'all too. And the rules are shitty. You can't make any money. You have to struggle and suffer down here. But she's making millions off of these public subsidies through the city of Atlanta. And y'all want to do this shit to me? And y'all tell her that's that nigga shit. But I'm with that shit you with, bitch. So I let them know y'all don't have to pick it with me. I'll pick it by myself. I'll stand up for myself and protest by myself. So she had to see me getting out of her car every morning. And she had to see me coming out of her office, getting in her car to go to lunch. And she had to see me coming back out to go home at night. And that's when people started making me viral and I went viral over the internet worldwide, like in a few minutes, because I didn't know people were chopping and screwing my videos and putting them on YouTube, putting them on MySpace, and people just went crazy and loved it, of all races, young and old, and I loved it. And I started meeting people from different cultures. They started approaching me. So I remember this Ethiopian girl, we started to talk, and I was so surprised because she was very hurt and wounded by the family drama. I didn't know they had the same issues and her daddy molesting her. And we started talking. Gorgeous girl. I really didn't know anything about the culture or understood. I thought we were the only ones here in America having the same bullshit, nigga shit, dysfunctional shit. So they were attracted to me, and that, like I said, 2006, 2007. So I and I met people that were Nigerian, Haitian, European. I mean, just wonderful to me because I'm not a racist or prejudiced person. And they would take me to the Ethiopian restaurants that were the hottest restaurants they knew and the best Ethiopian food in Atlanta. I fell in love with it instantly. I mean, I love all cultures, a lot of cultures. Some I don't like, even with soul food. There's things I will not touch ever, like chitlins, pig feet, all that kind of shit. And my grandmother loved that stuff, pig ears. She would cook it and she would eat it. But one thing I liked about her, she never made me eat it. I was little, and she said, "Do you want that?" And I just the smell. Even at like 7, 8 years old, I knew I didn't like that. But like Greek and Italian and Indian, Ethiopian food is like really not much different than Eritrean. It's the same. So when I get my Eritrean food and I've talked to some Eritrean people, I'm like, this is different. Or Nipsey's telling me he wants this. And they were like, no, it's not much different. And she was like, well, I'll tell you what to get. I said, no, he's telling me. And so I said, he wants this bread here. He wants the brown one. And it's like, tell me how to pronounce this, injera. That's brown injera. I said, he wants the brown one. And he wants some rice. He wants the beef tipped, and he wants the lamb. He wanted lamb. I said, this tib, because it's like spelled Tibb. And she's like, no, that's tift. It's beef tift, lamb tift. I said, this is what he wants. And she laughed, not to be funny, but she laughed because she was amazed. She was like, he said that? I'm like, yeah, this is the menu that he wants me to order. So I just said that to say that I've always loved that culture, and I've always thought, I just didn't know anything about it. I've always thought they were very, very beautiful. And I used to go to the Decatur Farmers Market when my son was little, and I would see them over there. And people from Somalia and Sudan, which they kind of look similar to me. Really beautiful features, beautiful hair. And some of them would talk, but it was like some of the men. But I noticed one man hit on me, and he asked me, where's I from? And I'm like, I'm from Atlanta. But a lot of people all my whole life have thought I was like Indian, black and Indian. And I'm like, I even met Indian men. I've dated Indian men before. I've kind of dated different cultures. And he was like, where are you from? And I'm like, Atlanta. And it's like, you don't look like that. You look like you have Indian blood in your family, like Indian black. I'm like, no. And then I said, well, no, I don't want to say no, but I'm not sure from India. Then I found out, I know the Native Americans here. You don't really know where your people from. You think you do, but you don't. That's when I met a chief that's really good at genealogy and tracing the ethnic origins and backgrounds and locations of where people would be. And he called me. That was when I started singing to my father. And I've heard that people have laughed at my singing and make fun of me, like when I did my Yiddish Mama and Saint Teresa of the Roses. And what they don't understand is that's a type of operatic singing, like a cantor. And my father, so you're deeper, you go into the diaphragm. It's just people that are really ignorant, that don't understand that style of singing. It's very deep, it's very strong. I go for my pussy. At least my daddy's mother, this is my grandmother. She comes in and she would teach me. She's like, I want you to breathe down and sing in your pussy. I was like, okay, grandma. And I realized when you sing that type of operatic, you can't sing from the chest and you don't have enough breath. So, anyway, when he heard me singing, he said, that's your father. I know where your father's, what did he say? India. I don't know if he said South India. I have to go back and look at the name exactly. He said, that's where your father has bloodlines from. He said, because I think his mother's from Mississippi. And I think that's where they imported people from China and India. They imported Asians to work on the railroad in the United States. And that's where my grandmother's from. And he found a couple of relatives. He said, I was looking at Sam Cooke's bloodline because somebody wanted me to do it. He said, and I found 2 Asian relatives in your father's family. He's like, because you have your father's face and the bones, and he has that Indian black look. Like if you look at him, he's look like he's between like He even has a Cuban vibe, an Indian vibe, and a black vibe. When you look at my dad's face, he has this unique, exotic face. And then his voice. And when he said, let me hear you, I had come from the studio. That was like, what, 2000, maybe 15, 2016. And he heard, he's like, that's them. That's them from over there. That's over in Asia. And I was like, okay, would you be quiet and listen to the song? He was like, I don't need to. I hear your dad's voice and your voice. He's like, that's the Asian. That's how they sing. And I was like, oh, okay. I've always been attracted to India and Asian culture. So I started meeting these people basically when I did the Alexis K. Tyler Vagina Power Show, the Ethiopian, Eritrean, Indian, Asian, and I didn't even know all of them lived here. And then they would see me on the internet, and they really loved me and gave me a lot of support. So it was a Eritrean girl came over here a couple of days ago, and she was like, "Thank you." You know, they thanked me for honoring and loving Nipsey for his birthday. And it's like all the videos, and I'm here, and we love you. Welcome to our culture. And I'm like, I couldn't find it. So that's why I'm shouting her out now. I couldn't find the comment to respond to her. I did click like, I did heart it because I'm so, so honored. And she had the Eritrean flag. And I was just like, I've been past few days, I've been looking for it and I couldn't find it. So that's why hello, baby. I don't want to just call her baby. I hope she's not an older woman. It seemed like a young lady, and I felt so much love through the comment. And other people from Eritrea have come over here, and Ethiopians like, does he have anything to say to us? And you look in the past, I did give the messages, and I titled it with like for his father, his brother, and from Eritrea, Ethiopia. He actually does not want. I know when I heard him in an interview say, "No, Eritreans are different from Ethiopians. No, they don't like us." And no, I'm Eritrean, and he doesn't want to feel a division now. He doesn't want to teach a division. I know it's not going to be everybody getting along from Eritrea and Ethiopia because of the history in the past and the brutality and the suppression against the Eritrean people from Ethiopians, and they're both African people, and they have a lot of languages. I'm sure some of those Ethiopian bloodlines cross into the Eritrean bloodlines, but there are a lot of mixtures: Italian, Asian, from Mussolini trying to invade and dominate it. But they are people that were never chained up and enslaved like a lot of our ancestors were here. So they're very proud people, very strong people, very beautiful people. So if she listens, I just wanted to let her know. Okay, babies. Let me tell you about my baby, Hermes Joseph Ashkadam. He's something else. And as I said, this is just the beginning because I don't know everything. But he wants to say about his birthday, and he feels about the corporation of Hollywood and the incorporations, incorporated agencies, politicians. This is a electoral year, and this is all political, as I have told you before. He wants to speak on his baby's mother. That's the actress that's doing everything she can to get the glory, the recognition, and saying she's basically like his wife. She's the love of his life. She is his life partner. This is a big fucking lie. This lady is a goddamn liar and a fake. She's not in love with him. That's what he keeps saying. She is not in love with him. She is very emotionally detached from him and been detached from him for years. I'm not sure when they met. Was it 2012, 2013? Somewhere around in there. He said they had a tumultuous, at first they didn't. He thought that they were in love because he begged for her to give him attention and to focus on him, which is also a form of necromancy and magic. And that's what he's angry about. Because I said, Nipsey, why do you keep wanting me to put myself out here at risk and argue and fight and go through so much hell and have my life threatened when you signed contracts with her? And he said, There are things I agreed to, he said, but what makes me angry, there are things I did not agree to, with different contracts that she has and where her friends that were over his management and over his record deals, all in production, all those people were in cahoots together. All those people, if you start researching and looking at them, David Gross, Karen Civil, P. Diddy, T.I., Jay-Z and his wife, Atlantic Records. If you look at DJ Khaled, John Legend with his big booty female hips, his auntie hips, hips and legs and shit like a bitch. If you look at these people, along with some of the Rolling 60s and the Bloods that run, I told y'all this from the beginning. When I did the Wendy Williams reading 2019, the night of the Super Bowl here in Atlanta, Georgia, you will see that a lot of that stuff I said has come true. And there will be a killing of the real man that loves pussy, money, weed, and children that runs from in the rap industry. They replace them with men that look just like real men but are closet pedophiles and homosexuals that are deviants for a deal. The death dealers, the corporation, and the mafia money deals that are based on gambling and percentages and bringing their flesh peddlers and their soul stealers. They are the keeper and the stealers of souls. And those are basically insurance policies, business insurance policies where you are buying someone like a chattel slave that becomes your property. It's the more talented that you are, they want you. The more charming and charismatic that you are, but they want you to be broken and flawed and weak and will use your 7 deadly sins against you, your vices against you. And he said, that's why I want you to tell everybody, whether they listen or not, the ones that will hear, the ones that will know. They will understand. They will understand. They will overstand this into Venus, into Mars and Venus and Saturn. He is bringing these planets up. And he is transforming. He said, because she tricked me from the very beginning. She was conflicted and didn't love me from the very beginning, but she was used as the pawn to target me, to lure me in. He said she already had her percentages from the very beginning. He's showing me a white piece of paper, all of the percentages from his estate and his son's rights and her business deals, her clothes lines or shoes line. I mean, look at it, you guys. She did not have any of this thing going on. Even though she was with Lil Wayne and had babies by him, she's Mona Lisa. Listen to Wayne's song, Mona Lisa. That is her and several other bitches that he played with and used to run down on niggas in the entertainment industry as strippers, prostitutes, hairstylists, video vixens. All of these are used as MK Ultra, sex kittens, and spies. Why? Because they're the closest to them, and they're the ones you don't suspect. A lot of these actresses have been MK Ultra, and a lot of them are secret spies and secret prostitutes and assassins where they put on niggas worldwide of all races. That's what the Victoria's Secret women do. That's what most models are, prostitute. Most actresses, they have to have people, they pay them to clean up their image, to hide what the fuck they do on the low, because most of them, before they come big, they're porn stars and fucking whores. Because people make them do that inside of that industry. You think Harvey Weinstein is the only one? You think Epstein and Lolita Island is the only one? They make them do that and film it and get shit on them. And then they have to pay cleaners to cover that shit up or cover ODs up or cover up beating ass. Y'all don't realize how many athletes beat the fuck out of their women and how many rappers beat their women because they really like men and they have to do a lot of strange things for a little piece of change. Or they really, a lot of athletes be sucking each other off and fucking each other to get their deals, or when they in high school or being sucked out by their coach and they grew up doing that deviant shit and then they're pretending like a woman. Or you see a lot of them are single. They go pick up prostitutes and call girls and chicks with dicks because they cannot function because of the things they've had to do that are strange for a piece of change and millions of dollars. So they'll take that shit out on their wife, and they'll have a wife that will stay with them and the lifestyle, because she's like, where am I going to get this? These are not just a dime a dozen in the hood. So I have to hang in these circles to get what I want, and fucking sucker be passed around until somebody maybe wants to marry me. And they'll tolerate that shit, and they beat they fucking face in, beat their body, and use them as a punching bag, but you would never know it. Oh, we're going to wrap this up. If it gets out, we're going to say it was an accident. Remember Evelyn Lozada? I think that's her name, Evelyn Lozada. She was dating an athlete. I think he whooped her ass several times. So they finally called it quits. This stuff goes on in the orgies, and cheating on them and traveling without them. And they have their publicists and their cleaners to cover this shit up, because a lot of times they have to do that for political reasons, because they don't want anybody to know they're gay and they really like men or chicks with dicks, or they want to be with a white woman. And a lot black people have a problem with that, and black women have a problem with that. So the rapper, the singer, the artist, the athletes know they're going to have an issue with that. Or if they're not dependent on them for money, they just pull away from them. Or when they get to a point where they don't have to depend on the black community or black women for money and their fame and approval, they move away from them. But most of them don't. This is all a game. This is all a lie. It's all a facade. And that's what Nipsey is telling me. He is calling her Ave Maria. He said that she is pretending to be Ave Maria. Going back to Egypt, Asar, Aset, and Haru, the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. And he also mentioned Batman and Ave Maria, which is using Batman. It's also, so you can tell me, because I got to look at this more, was Ave Maria, was there a new Batman in 2020? 2021, 2022? Do we have a new Batman this year? And is the song Ave Maria, the operatic Italian song, in Batman, or part of the music score for Batman? Because that's what he's saying. I'm Batman, and she is Ave Maria. And she is trying to pretend that she is like the mother of God, just like Nipsey would say, this is like Ave. Okay, when you're dealing with the mother, father, and son Trinity of Egypt, that is the balanced Trinity, the father, the mother, and the son, Haru, which would be Cross. But Cross put him at a crossroads on the railroad track of life and death to meet Anubis, the god of the underworld, of death and mayhem and destruction. But she poses and she's trying to show the world, look, I'm his life partner. That's my husband, my lover, my teacher, my friend. So we might not be physically married, because he would not marry her. And that's another issue here. So he wouldn't marry you, and he dated you off and on, and y'all broke up 13, 14 times over the years, and y'all were friends and lovers. And at first he wanted to marry you, and then he saw something very dark and sinister in your eyes, because he said this lady doesn't sleep well at night. She has a drug addiction, from what he's showing me on the other side, and she's very depressed, and she's full of guilt over his physical death, because she knows she was a co-conspirator. He said this was done, and her percentages were written out with allegedly T.I. and other people. He said he is involved in it, just like he's involved in setting up Young Thug. You notice that sex trial, a potential trial or charges, never were filed and went away because he traded in his buddy Young Thug. Look at the dates last year was being targeted. It was a multimedia circus all around him, and the dungeon and the abuse and fucking women in every hole in their body and raping them and tearing them up in the ass. That stuff was all over, and women were coming out all over. And then all of a sudden it got quiet. And look at the dates after that. Then Young Thug gets put on the chopping block. Look, y'all need to look at my reading on T.I. and Shawty Lo and what Shawty Lo said about him. And that's the TIP, the tip hotline, goddammit. And what Nipsey said. I said he had something to do with this, with both of them being the stars of ATL 13-year anniversary on the day they shot him at the marathon. And it's just amazing how everybody around the baby mama is treacherous and dirty as hell and work for the motherfucking popo and is informants and set motherfuckers up to be sacrificed and make a profit out of it. Percentages, ownerships, buying back the block. But you are Ave Maria. You are the Virgin Mary, the Mother of God, that conceived the child, the special child, Haru. You're Aset, he's Asar, and your baby cross is Haru. And Nipsey saying it's the flip side. It is not a holy union. It is a unholy union. And she feels the need to milk this to the end. And I laid the cards down to verify. This is not about her being in love with him. She acts like she's so loved. I don't see why people can't see. And I see his brother, his family members are all around her, encouraging what she does. And from what I am seeing, they can't move. Black Sam can't move. They have him tied up with Nipsey's contracts, management deals, anything he signed associated with her friends and music deals in the music industry and with her. Because he said she jammed him. He said when they met, he thought this is what he wanted. He says he knows now. That's why he's so angry that when she came on me, he says she already had the paper deal. She already had the contracts written up by her friends in the industry that she knew he wanted to notice him so he could become a mainstream secular artist and be on the radio and be inside of their incorporation of lies and demonic deals, basically death deals, blood right deals, money in, blood in, blood out. Dead people's insurance money deals. He knew that's where it was going to end. That's what it's going to come to. He said, but he didn't know that at first. He was trying to love her, wine her, dine her. He said she has 2 split personalities. He said Eve's even had 3 fragmented spirits. He said they did magic on him and pulled him out of his body because of his weaknesses for sex, drugs, fast cars, rush, adrenaline rush, orgies, drinking, you name it. He's like, I was in there. That's the Hollywood lifestyle. That's the LA lifestyle. And if you're going to get inside of that lifestyle, you're going to get inside of the gang, you're going to be into music. That's the politics of it. If you want to be a star, you're going to have to participate in that and be in the parties. He's like, it ain't no fun if my homies don't have none. He's like, that's the type of lifestyle we live, young and wild, because we didn't know really how much time that you have. He said, and she scoped him. He said, really her nigga friends in the industry, them niggas that run it, the old dick-sucking gatekeepers, the old sisters, goddammit, like Diddy and all of them, they all run it. So they set plays up blow by blow, and Snoop. He said Snoop was in the shit and friends with his baby mama. They said that he's saying jealous of him and didn't want him to outdo him and get more attention than him because even though they looked alike and had similar features, he was more handsome and more spiritual and more charming and charismatic with his shit than Snoop. And Snoop didn't want to compete with him. He said, so secretly, he never really liked me. That's what Nipsey is saying about Snoop Dogg. He never really liked him and saw him as a threat in competition that could destroy his career because they looked so much like, and he believed he was counseling him out. So he's saying that she already had the deal when she came to him. Look, you're going to lure him in. He'd like you. You're going to fuck him. You're going to finesse him. Talk that little girl talk like you about 7 years old. Talk that baby talk because he want to fuck you anyway. You're going to get us in, you're going to put your hooks in him, and then you're going to encourage him to take these deals working with us, and you're going to open the door like you introducing us, but really you introducing yourself, and we're going to cut this check. So he said some things he felt she pressured him, and he had to do because if you don't do this, if you don't pay me that, it's like he said that's how she was talking to him. If you don't sign with my friends, I let you in, then you're not going to get this and that. And when you do sign, you're going to sign this over to me. You're going to give me these royalties. You're going to give me these percentages. I had this baby by you. You're going to sign this. You're going to take care of it. He's like, and I was trying to prove to her that I was her knight in shining armor, that I was her dream man. I was everything she needed. And that we would live happily ever after. He said, but then I saw her get high in private. He's showing me powder. He's showing me pills. He's showing me alcohol. He said she was already a secret addict when he met her, and he realized she was a prostitute. He said people kept trying to tell him that, and he thought they were jealous and wouldn't listen. He said they kept saying it. He said then he would test her by himself. You wanna get high? You wanna try this? You wanna do a threesome? You wanna eat pussy and suck some dick with me because that's what I like to do? And you're gonna participate in it? Yeah, I got some friends I can call them over. And he realized she was with it. He said I saw her get high. He said when I saw her get high, she started to talk different and act different and incoherent. He said it's a way she talks, like, he said I looked down at her because he's much taller than her. He said she goes into another personality where some of her words are incoherent or she's there but not really there. He said she likes to get high and zone out and then lay back and chill. Finally pass out, go to sleep, fuck. He's like, she don't even remember everything. He said, this is a different personality he saw. He said he saw the stable one he put on a pedestal. Now, look, like I said, this is alleged. Look, I don't know, okay? This is a reading for entertainment purposes only. I'm trying to listen to what this man has been telling me this morning. He said, when I looked at that and I saw that person as incoherent and unstable like that, he said, mentally and emotionally unstable and can become like several personalities, a combative personality that don't know where she is, don't know where she's going. He said, so I couldn't have her hanging out. I had to watch her very closely because I don't want to embarrass her and I don't want people to know in the public. That's how she is. He said he had to call somebody before. He said he talked to Karen Civil about it. You know, I think that's what I'm hearing. As far as she knows, he said, because her and Karen run civils and set up, they run scams and set niggas up and trick off on niggas. They're like prostitutes, they're secret call girls, and they get their assignments on different niggas. Everything they do is never random. It's always strategic because they won't get paid by the niggas that are in charge with them and very powerful women with money that are in charge of them. I'm even seeing wealthy white Jewish women that run them and tell them what to do. They don't really run anything. They do what they're given permission to do by the higher ups, the elites. Black elites, but mainly white Jews and white elites run that. Russian, Persian. But you think they're just white, but they're not. And the Babylonian mystery schools in Egypt, magic is what they do, as well as mafia. This is all mafia owned and controlled and dealing, he said, with insurance policies on Wall Street's investment. You're just a number. And now they've turned his number into an entity because they were going to check him out and clock him out and get his dead people's money. And then you're another asset and commodity to be bought, sold, and traded on the market that now belongs to them. And they got their cut in it. They 360 degrees of cuts in it. If they don't get their cuts, you're not going nowhere. And then if you don't want to do what they want you to do, they already know they're going to off you because that's what he said. They already knew what they were going to do to him. She already had the contracts and numbers. She came on her talking sweet like a tongue of a fork-term ass snake. And when I look at her, I see the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords and the Hierophant. So there are men in this situation with her that are religious men or come off like they're good religious spiritual people, as well as politicians, because he keep mentioning Marquise Dawson, that politician over that district. He dirty as hell, and he is in the bed with all of them. He's going along with this, and he's getting political and money benefits, and he's also from Morehouse and Spelman. So a lot of these are locked into that together, in that conscious community and the music community and the gang ties and the political ties. It's a who you know, not what you know, and it's a what you do and who you willing to sell out and motherfucking suck dicks and screw. He's just as dirty as them because you saw him at that Hollywood Fame star, Hollywood Walk of Fame star. He was there. Look at everybody that's there. I don't have the pictures. Y'all send them to me. Everybody that was there that's tied to the music industry, politics, is tied to the baby mama and the acting and laying up with him. Those are the ones that are her secret partners in crime. This lady is so two-faced. I would really say three-faced. So sneaky and a big liar. A lay right there and open her ass for him, lying to him, stand on that TV and do them interviews and lie. She's forming partnerships with corporate America off of the blood, sweat, and tears of him and his family. She want to use what he made and what he did and what he accomplished. I'm his wife. You know, I'm his significant other. You're going to give me these jobs. You're going to give me these titles. You're going to give me these grants. You're going to give me these loans. You're going to give me these lump sums of money. And I'm going to play political games and form political ties and then music and entertainment and politics off of Nipsey because I'm with him and y'all love him. So you're going to love me because I'm with him and I'm riding with him. So when you see him, you see me because we are one. And this man is not in love with her. She's never been in love with him. She keeps acting like this man walking and talking with her and live in her goddamn house. And we so in love and he's so in love with me. And I love him now. But I couldn't love him when he was alive in a goddamn body now. But I love him now. He followed me around. It is a death spirit on her. It stinks. It's messy. This spirit is confused. It's a dark entity that follows her around because she's demon possessed. She's two people. She has sold her soul to a demon and bound it to a demon to get fame, fortune, and power. She's only concerned about her money, her clothes, her houses, her cars, her recognition. Her money keeps her warm. Her money and her security, her fame to be people to bow down to her and worship her, because this wasn't happening before Nipsey. And it wasn't happening before his physical death. The recognition, being present, she's never had a star. She's never had a Grammy or being nominated for one or Oscar or Golden Globe. None of that for her acting skills. None of the clothes, the shoes, lines, all this stuff, the interviews for that, until he died. Then you want to resurrect him and live through him because you are Ave Maria, the unholy Trinity. You are not the mother of God. You're the scourge of God, because you belong to the house of Satan, and you are presenting an angel of light, but you are really under the house of the angel of light of Lucifer, because that's what that industry is. Trying to pretend to be a leader, a metaphysical teacher, a spiritual healer for these young girls, these women, to lure them in, but you are a follower and you have your orders and your contracts. You can only do what they tell you can do. You can only be what they say you can be. You can only be in positions of power that they put you in. You didn't earn nothing, like Nipsey and his brother and his father and his family. You didn't earn nothing. You laid around and sold your soul and your ass for it. And you can only do what they tell you to do. You can only be what they let you be. You can only go where they tell you to go. They done gave you these positions. Just when I saw that Jay-Z gave her the clothesline and the shoe line and whoever else gave them to her, it's a demon. Jay-Z is very cunning and very shrewd. He's one of her handlers and she's a worker. She's a worker bee for him and his wife, and she will never be an equal to them. They will never have her in and treat her and see her as an equal. She's a worker, a stunt bitch, a prostitute sent out on assignment to trick niggas and set them up and then get them to sign like she encouraged them to sign, and was supporting everything he did with her friends in that industry. And then on the back end, she gets her percentages, like she gets her percentages from them clothes and shoe deals and whatever lines they got. There's a demon over her clothes deal. And Jay-Z controls her. He has a noose on her, a chain on her. She can only get so far and do so much, but she will never be as big and as rich, as powerful as Jay-Z and his wife. They don't even see her on that level. It's like she's a slave, a do-girl. Go do this, go do that, go fuck him, go tell her this, go tell that lie to him, suck his dick, get him conditioned, get him to sign that contract, bitch. You get him to sign that, and you can get we're going to give you those little pennies, because they pennies. In comparison to what Jay-Z and his wife gets, and everybody else involved in this, they playing on her motherfucking stupid ass. The same way that she played on him. She's only valuable inside of that industry. She's not valuable by herself like Nipsey and like his brother and his father and other people that are self-made. And it's another thing Nipsey was saying to me about her. She's going to milk this and play this mother of God thing and this Trinity. He's the Father, and he's so incredible. He's so spiritual. He's so talented. He's a genius. He was a child genius. All these people love him, just his energy, his raw energy. He could even make a fat bitch feel like she was motherfucking 130 pounds. He liked to have hands on with people. He never disrespected or nobody that come up on him. I want an autograph. I love you, Nipsey. All the bitches, he made them feel like they was all goddamn it fine. And they could be fat, black, and weigh about 300 pounds. You come around him, they come to show up to something and show him love and support. He make that bitch feel like she's a goddamn Victoria's Secret model, goddamn it. By the time he finished with it, like she wanted the goddamn marathon models. And that's why a lot of people loved him. Because he didn't look down and put down people because they didn't have nothing, or bitch around with dirty toenails and shoe ran over and shit. If they love him, he gonna still be respectful to them. They come out and show him love and support. He gonna treat them like they treat him. Now, a lot of people love him and still grieving and mourning over him. Men and shit, all them niggas, he helped them, feed them. You with me then, nigga, you getting what the fuck I'm getting on. You on what the fuck I'm on, I got you. You know, it's a lot of people. She never treated people like that. And she want them people to love her and respect her like they love and respect him. So she can't quite get that. But some of them dirty ass rolling 60s will, and some of them bloods we'll ride for her and go do dirty shit to bitches and kill motherfuckers for that bitch. See, that's another dangerous thing about this dirty ass bitch. Come out here in public and talk nice and sweet and shit, but the bitch is dirty on the motherfucking low, and Nipsey knew that. And that's when I seen Bloods and you know, Inglewood Bloods been coming up and this shit with Young Thug and living in Atlanta and having problems with some of the Atlanta gangs and going back to LA. Some of them was even involved in some murders and shooting tied to Young Thug. Goddamn it. I said, damn. I said Bloods and Crips was involved in Nipsey's assassination. They tied to Atlanta. And I've always said Young Thug, no. That T.I. camp had something to do with setting Nipsey up, connected to the baby mama with the nipples. You know, the dimples. I have said this shit, and now, you know, this is coming up, and people are telling their interactions with T.I. and his wife and tied to Young Thug and being set up by T.I. and his wife and blackball. You know, you know, I've said this here thing now. And it's amazing that 3 years later, and Nipsey told me this here and said, Young Thug know about the shit, but he ain't talking about what he know what fucking know is his buddy with around Chicana, goddammit, set his motherfucking ass up. That's one reason why he's sitting there. All of a sudden, all his charges go bye-bye. All the women get quiet and get paid off or whatever. And all of a sudden, Young Thug is at the center of all this and the setup and the snitching, telling on a nigga, telling on Young Thug. Wiretaps and shit where the body's buried. I told y'all this was going to happen, goddammit. And them T.I. interviews or them readings I did, I mentioned Young Thug. I said, Young Thug, they finna get you if you don't watch it, your homies gonna set you up, Young Thug. You going to jail, and when you get locked up, you ain't gonna get out. You've been getting out all this time. You're not gonna be easy to get out. They're gonna all say you killed niggas. You got on the phone and told them to kill niggas. You told nigga address. You told them to catch them up at house and different place. And like my grandma used to say, hot tomato, no, look at it. There it is, whoop, there it is, right there. Like I told y'all, that this shit was, that Nipsey told me, why they say I'm a liar and I'm crazy, and people that really know them are coming out to confirm what I'm saying. Now, it's amazing. Everybody around the baby mama is dirty as hell except her. Everybody I mentioned, they're starting to come up with dirt except her. So that means you dirty as hell too. You just have somebody, you pay people to cover your dirt up. And your lawyers and your publicists and your cleaners and your liars and dirty gang members that'll go do shit like that trying to get in your good graces, think you're going to make them a star, get them a rap deal, a clothes deal and shit. Like you helped Nipsey walk in the valley of the shadow of death, and I will feel no evil, but he should have feared the evil. Now he knows this was all a setup and you never loved him from the very beginning. And he's telling me him and her had a bitter feud, a lot of fights, love-hate relationship, because she tried to control and manipulate him. And it's something about Nipsey. I'm trying to explain it the way he's showing it to me. They'll be off and on, back and forth, up and down. He would do shit to antagonize her and fuck with bitches to make her jealous. She would do shit, antagonize him, and talk to niggas and fuck with niggas to make him jealous, like P. Diddy, which she never let go of, and that's her handler too. Oh, yes, and another thing I want to say about what I'm saying with Jay-Z, he pays her with this deal. She gets paid in percentages. That's another reason why she always is taking money and feel like she never has enough money. And she still has a lot of debt and trying to impress people. Her money will comfort her over love. She will act like she loves Nipsey as long as she can ride this out to help her go up to higher levels in corporate America and get money investments and be a boss on her own and make her own money. And she does get a lot of opportunities and a lot of favor because people can't see how dirty she is. And she's literally riding on the top of a coffin. She's standing on the coffin, on top of the coffin for this man. And other people in the industry know that shit, but they got dirt on them too and skeletons in their closet. So they just go along to get along, and they just secretly back away, and we just don't hear it and we just don't know it. They know this shit, but the way Jay-Z handles her is really, he doesn't love her in the inside. And he's really not a friend to her. He manipulates her and uses her because she's weak to him, and it's business. She's a pawn in that industry, and there's a demon over that contract. It's only going to let her go so far, and it comes back and tells Jay-Z everything because Jay-Z is smarter than her and more shrewd. He's just playing her ass. You just give her little pennies and little trinkets. Take this here and take this car and take these clothes and take these shoes and all that so she'll keep her fucking mouth quiet. And that's what the others, they just give her little trinkets to get her to fucking shut up and go about her business. That's why, and get her percentages of that man's estate and get her chunk for all the hell and shit she went through with Nipsey and all the drama with them because she couldn't control him. No woman could really control him. And that's what she got mad about, and she was jealous of him because Nipsey has a brilliant mind, and it looks like he has a mind for numbers and ideas on how to make money, and he gambles very well, and he keeps mentioning a casino. So I don't know if he wanted a casino or to buy into a casino, but he really wanted to have his own. He liked to gamble, some type of gambling. And even in investments, that's a form of gambling. He was very good at it in gold coins. He was always thinking in a numbers game. Even if he fucked a bitch and was fucking several bitches in his mind, there always had to be a method to the madness and how far I'm going to go with it and who I'm going to fuck and how long I'm going to fuck and then how I'm going to parlay this into something else. That was all his recreation and his fun because he would take energy from bitches. I'm fucking this bitch. I'm pulling energy out of her pussy, her mouth, her ass, or what connections or who she know, what she can do for me. Hey, go walk in there, tell this nigga this, tell that bitch that. While you doing this, I'm going to be over here doing that. Very strategic. Always playing chess, art of war kind of shit. Unless this is a bitch she just playing with. Okay, I'm going to fuck this bitch today. I'm going to get my dick sucked tonight. I don't really see no potential in this shit. So I'm going to go about my motherfucking business. But meanwhile, if there's somebody here hanging around, a bitch is hanging around fucking and sucking, oh, believe me, he was doing something for them, and they was doing something for him because that's how the nigga roll. Well, it's a tit for tat kind of thing. Okay, I like you, I like fucking you now. You know, we ain't finna be exclusive and shit. Now, don't disrespect me in front of my bitch, but then again, I'm gonna let the bitch know that this is what I do. Me and you fucking, I'm fucking her, but that's my main. Sometimes I might call you up if you cool and chill. Don't ask me for no money up front. You ain't got to worry about that. I got you. That's the kind of person, well, I'm going to take care of you. You don't have everything you need unless you really need something. I'm not meant you. Oh, you need a house. You need to go to school. You need this and that. Or your son need this, that. Okay, I got you too. Show up. We fucking tonight. The niggas there, the ballers there, the bitches there. We getting high. We getting drunk. We having a party. Everybody fucking. You going to eat good. You going to get fucked real good. You going to laugh. You going to drink. I want to introduce you to some of my homeboys. We're going to take turns and hit that ass. And you go to sleep or you be in that room, the next room. I see you the next time. We'll chill tomorrow in a couple of days. It's just like a raw, cool ass nigga like that. And the bitches was cool with him and liked him. It's like, look, if me and you friends, we down, I got your back. We like brother and sister, but we still fuck and do shit. Go pick that up because she got some Gucci bags over there, goddammit. The other bitch got these knockoff bags over there, goddammit. She got that motherfucking powder. We got that lean. We with the ballers tonight. We're going to this convention. We're going to this game. We're going out of town. And it was just cool. Like, that's the kind of, I'm not saying all women, but that's what he's telling me. Some bitches, just they love him for that shit. Because he was just a real nigga like that. And a lot of niggas love him for that shit. And boss niggas ride, die for that nigga. Male and female. But I don't ever see him messing with no children, though. He probably worked with some young girls. He probably didn't know that time they tried to hold that shit over him and blackmail him. He didn't know their age. But I don't see him like no pedophile. I never seen no shit like that, no gay shit. Just a real nigga. And what you see with him is what you get. Oh, okay, you don't want to chill, you want to fuck and stuff. I ain't no hard feelings. You know, if you need me, let me know. I'll still be there. You want a regular job, you want to do this or that. He wasn't going to make nobody do nothing or drug no bitch or date rape no bitch. He wasn't doing all that because too many bitches want to suck him off and fuck him. So he ain't got the bitches in his face, nigga bringing in bitches. They fucking niggas close to him to get close to him. He ain't had to do no shit. That was never his desire. He was a freaking nigga. And hey, everybody know that fuck with him. That come with the package. You either ride with me or not. The freaky bitches was with him. Tanisha freaky. The other baby mama, the actress, that's freaky. It's just she want to control the freakiness. I will bring you the girl that I like, that I know ain't better than me and don't look better than me, that you can fuck, Amius. That you ain't gonna leave me for or have no drama. She want to pick him and control the shit. And he's like, no. You're not going to control me with your pussy and because you're a famous actress and because you knew I was in love with you, you manipulate me, that shit. That shit started weighing off once he's seen, okay, what he's telling me, the other side of her that has the addictions, that's weak and mentally, emotionally unstable, that he said, I can't trust this bitch with my money. I can't trust this bitch with my estate. And then when he would do calculations in his mind on people, like talk to them and he'd be studying them and spying on them behind their back, they don't even fucking know that shit about him. He would have been a perfect analyst with numbers and real estate, a lawyer, a doctor, a strategist, which is what he did with his investing in his business. He would calculate people and calculate a bitch up and down, and they don't even know that he don't fucking figured out you trying to play me, bitch. So I'm gonna be with you and fuck you and suck you and I'm gonna hang, but I already know so far I'm gonna go. And you think because you got dimples and you cute and I'm in love with you, I thought I was, now I'm falling out of it because I'm seeing that this fucker right here is crazy, this motherfucker. And this motherfucker got several personalities. He started sensing she would sell him out. He's like, I can't trust her to be over my money, my bank accounts. He said she wasn't stable with money. She wasn't stable with her credit. Now, again, I don't know. Okay, this is look like what I'm hearing on the other side. He said she go through money, she blow money. Her eyes is bigger than her motherfucking wallet. And her stomach, she want to be like the Joneses, be like the Kardashians, be like Jay-Z and his wife and live their lifestyle, but she don't have it up there. And they ain't called her up on that level because they don't, Jay-Z don't trust her. Jay-Z don't love her like that. Even though he do stuff for her, she's a means to an end. She's a pawn in the game. She's on the list as well as like a runner, really. He would never make her his wife or his main girl, no shit like that. He would never replace her for Beyonce. No, he don't. She's trying to act like it, and that might look like that to us on the outside because what he do for her is agreements. Jay-Z is a master strategist, and he don't love them hoes. He's not in love with her. She's a means to an end. And now he done got Nipsey's property, control of it, a lot of his music, a lot of his rights, a lot of his royalties, the record deal he's in with that. He don't, for the weed line, he don't see her like that. She was just a pawn that they use a prostitute or that they send in a hoe, that they send in a game on a certain nigga or a certain bitch. And now it's like, I won the chess game. I won at the casino. I beat the house, so let me pull all this in. Now, bitch, here these little trinkets, set your fucking ass up, and we're going to do this and that for you, which is basically nothing in comparison to what him and his wife makes. Nothing. And no control and strongholds over Nipsey's estate or anything like Jay-Z does. It's just a game to him. She's a joke to him. It looks like that to us because she's where we're not. And in those particular positions, and people look up to her and admire her and want to be like her. But what you don't know, this person is a miserable person, secret sex addictions, drug addictions, can't sleep at night, and is suffering from a lot of guilt because Nipsey's riding her head and he's riding her nerves. She's not at peace with what she done. She act like it and getting that recognition for herself. Not his brother, not his mother, not his dad, not his family, not his little girl Imani. It's all about trying to lock in control and be the only baby mother that's above all the other, because Nipsey has another son. Nipsey has several children, but they don't tell y'all about it. They keep that shit here. She's trying to act like I'm the love of his life. I'm the only woman that's important, and my child is on the top, and I'm on the top, and I'm going to be the only baby mama, because that's what she is, a glorified baby mama, not a wife, not a life partner. He wasn't even with her. He wasn't fucking with her or dealing with her. He said, I knew. He said, the way she started talking to me and threatening me on the low. He said, this is a nasty, vindictive, deceitful, treacherous, cold-hearted bitch. Especially when she can't get her way and manipulate and control him and stop him from fucking other bitches and being with her. Once he'd seen the real her, he said, this is a mess. I got to save her. I got to try to save her because she's mentally, emotionally, and financially unstable and unbalanced. All of her relationships, she don't have no whole bunch of close friends and buddies like y'all think. This lady messes up relationship, trashes women, backstabbing, two-faced, is not going to let another woman get ahead of her. If she thinks another woman's more talented and she can't compete with them, she'll destroy them with her words and backstab them, then get in their face. Yeah, girl, let's do this and that. I know, right? Yeah, and be done fuck them on the back end. They wonder why they're not getting nowhere until they start getting away from her. And people start telling them how treacherous and backstabbing she is. On the low, people in LA in the industry know how she is. She doesn't have a lot of friends. Some people are scared of her because this bitch will threaten to kill you. And then has gang members that will fucking do the shit. Male and fucking females that will do treacherous shit for money and to be seen with her and be known and have her mention their name. She don't give a fuck about them. This is what Nipsey's saying. She just fucking used them. And just like she's using him. To as a stair step, because no other nigga she was fucking with, not even Lil Wayne. She didn't even do that to him. She couldn't kill him and set him the fuck up, and she couldn't get all his wealth or parlay off of him. Birdman, Lil Wayne, none of these people she fucked with put her up on a pedestal or let her use them like Nipsey and his family's doing. So she must got, because Sam is brilliant and over his brother and handle his affairs. And his brother rapped about it and talked about how he trusts his brother. So there's got to be something else at play here. We don't see and we don't know. But him to let her do what she's doing and say that was her life partner, and they all know they were not together, but he goes along with that. So that means he's either jammed up or there's some contracts around Nipsey in his life and some contracts she had, papers she had on Nipsey, and that her friends in the industry put in place and then gave shit to her. That's what Nipsey is saying. Along with him having an insurance policy and saying he signed royalties over her for Victory Lap, just saying 2 words, Victory Laps, that are synthesized and that she gets millions off of. But he's still saying she's cold, lonely, and miserable, fucking other niggas in that industry for favors and deals. And it's rumored she's fucking somebody at Puma that are younger and playing this game because she's a big liar. There are 2 faces to her and 2 personalities you don't see. She's so treacherous and vindictive. Nipsey said she started threatening him. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to sign this. You're going to give me high. While she high and on shit, that other dirty, treacherous person that hates her mother, don't really like her father, had a really dysfunctional, narcissistic childhood, and might have been molested when she was growing up, has a lot of mental instability. She's not stable. But she has a crew of people that runs all her business and handles shit and helps set niggas up with her and set documents up and forge and move documents around and shit. She's not even in love with her own son. The son is a means to an end. And he is the prodigal son, the sacrifice. He's the Haru, the Virgin Mary, Ave Maria, Mother of God, who gave birth to God under immaculate conception, whose her son was crucified. There's 2 of them. Nipsey's the first one that's also under Batman. Nipsey's Batman. Dealing with the undercover police and agents to the city and police informants and federal informers. She's one of them. Because it's dirty, illegal shit she's done from what he's showing me on the other side. And she has lawyers and police and dirty politicians and spiritual people and so-called healers and preachers that act like they're good, but they're really for evil, all wrapped up into that industry. She's dirty as hell. And then he's taking me to a beach house. I don't know if him and her had a house by the beach or lived on the beach. He's showing me ocean views, blue water, and I see a man's hand sticking up the meat off of it. It's just a skeleton. He said, hey, help me. She has been involved with other niggas' deaths. But for some reason, this man looks Hispanic or something. So I'm wondering, did he ever live on beachfront property with his baby mama? Or did she have beachfront property and she may not have it now, or lost it or had issues that he was paying the rent on it or paying the bills on it? He said there was some other niggas associated with dying that was tied to her and setting niggas up, that she's a stunt bitch. But this man might not be a black man. It looks like he's Hispanic. He says she set him up and she had something to do with his death and is tied to a beachfront property, either beachfront condo or beachfront home that she lived in or Nipsey might have lived in with her by the ocean. That is what he is telling me. He's showing me a key, but the key look old and rusted now, like something might have happened when he might used to live with her by the beach, a ocean view property, ocean front property near it. Because I see some seagulls and I can smell the salt off the water and I see some type of sand. He's saying that she is bad with money and credit and it go through her hands, and then she's paying niggas and have paid them and made promises to ones that knowed him, that set him up some for all money in. Big U and them rolling 60s. That's what he's saying. And she covers her track and a big liar. And these people help her cover these lies. So you think it was all good between her and Nipsey when he physically died. There was nothing wrong between them. He said, I knew I couldn't marry her. I knew I couldn't trust her. She would take everything from me because he knew she didn't love him. He knew it towards when that man started knowing that shit like 2016, 2017, their relationship was already over, goddammit. It was off and on, up and down, back and forth. He already knew. He was laughing to himself. He said, I'm not finna marry this bitch. This dumb, stupid, silly ass bitch thinks she trying to motherfucking play me. He's like, I really want to whoop her ass, but I'm not going to whoop her ass. He said, because that's what she would love for me to motherfucking do, to walk in there. Because they had their little tussles in private. Now, when she hit on him and push him, trying to provoke him, he had to push her back. Get the fuck up off of me. Because you want me to do something to you so you can set my motherfucking ass up. And she would try to, I seen her trying to scratch him or come up on him and like just start hitting him wildly high on that shit. Want to make him fight her when they against you fuck that bitch, didn't you? I know you went over, you fuck. Where was you? And what was you doing? And I know such and such told me you was over there fucking them bitches. She would always accuse. He said, but what about what you doing? They told me you a hoe too. Oh, really? I got some. And like would jump him and they was, child, it looked like some type of, they had a lot of altercations and she called him and tried to find what you doing, where you at, who you with. You know, how long you been over there? I know what you're doing. You think I don't know, but I'm spying on you. I got people telling me this and telling me that about you. Y'all need to donate. You want me to keep giving me this information? I see you haven't donated and I don't like it. So I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. You want to have the goddamn donate. I'm not going to keep sitting here and go out my way and tell y'all all this shit y'all asked me to fucking tell y'all and answer these goddamn questions and you not hitting that cash up, bitch. So I'm going to wrap this up in a goddamn minute. They were there fussing and fighting and arguing, and he would back away from her where she couldn't reach him. She didn't know where he was, and was always accusing him of being with another woman. They would not speak sometimes, fall out with each other. There's one more thing he was telling me. He would go on these cruise ships and do these lectures on these cruise ships and talk about this Bitcoin on these ships. This was around 2017. So this lady keeps saying he's my life partner. We were together. We was always together. We're going to spend our life together until he died. I know that's not true. Because he's telling me about we would go on these cruise ships. And he was on one in 2017. And it's ironic. After that, he put the post on his Instagram and said we had an adult relationship. We had a beautiful child. We're not together. We're going to co-parent together. And after that, he said we're not together no more. And she made him take it down. Her and her account made him take it down and like this perfect relationship, and it wasn't. He was on a cruise ship. He said he was getting ready to do this lecture, had agents and shit there. He had an assistant, a young girl, a real cute girl that was his assistant, but he didn't touch her. He treated her like his sister, and he looked out for her. Because he's the type of nigga, if you're respectful to me and you don't come up on me like that, I'm going to respect you. I ain't going to try to play you out and fuck you and all that shit. That's and meet you right out the gate and fuck you. I'm going to respect you because that's how you care. But if you're a bitch, I'm going to treat you like a motherfucking bitch. And I'm going to cuss you out and tell you a motherfucking bitch and say the fuck away from me, get the fuck out of my face. He was on that ship. And a lady that was fiending for him, like women's do, started following Nipsey around. Oh my God, I love you. You're amazing. You're so talented. You're handsome to me. You're sexy to me. I'm a big fan. He didn't say nothing. She kept following him around. I love you, Nipsey. You, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. And he said, okay, you know what? Well, then since you love me like that, you suck my dick. She's like, okay, I'll suck your dick. He said, my homeboys too. And I'm waiting for somebody. Please come after you listen to this and tell me that I'm lying. Suck my dick. Matter of fact, you suck my homeboys. Since I'm so amazing and you keep following me and you a groupie bitch, suck us off. She sucks Nipsey's dick. She sucks his homeboys. He's like, oh, well, we want some pussy too. She's like, my period's on. Period's on. Nasty bitch up there sucking Nipsey off, sucking his homeboys off. But see, it appears also she couldn't fuck them all too. Let them run a track. See, this is what nasty bitches do. And that's what they would do for Nipsey. And they do that right now in the industry. Y'all know it. That's why these Instagram models get all these body work and ass shots and body shots. And like they were saying, and they were contacting his sister. Samantha said they had babies by him. He was sending them messages. They were showing the sister and other people, I guess, close to them, screenshots where he hit them in their inbox and go fuck them in their ass. And they let him do it. And now you want some money. Or you got a baby by him. It's all the stuff is being hushed up. That's why I know she's not the idea. I know he was fucking around on the look. Right after he fucked around, he was fucking around because he was watching her. She was fucking around on him and she didn't know he knew it. That's what he was doing. He knew he wasn't going to give her no wedding band and he never gave it to her. You know, but this is a reading. Who the fuck am I? The fuck did I know? But I know that. I know that. What I'm saying to you. That happened more than one time while she claimed they was together in life partners because he wasn't stunning her like that. They had a celebrity agreement. He wanted out and she let him know, no, nigga, blood in and blood out. And he had to sign these contracts and trusted her and had his baby. And he said by the time he saw that shit, he was jammed up. She let him know, nigga, you fucked. I got you. You think you finna use me, abuse me like you do other bitches, like you did Tanisha? You think you finna fucking play on me? Because he was still fucking Tanisha the whole time he was fucking the baby mama. That's the actress. They all knew about this shit. I was all one big happy fucking and sucking family. They blowing him off and shit and sucking him off. Everybody knew. He said, she told him, you're not gonna do me like you did her. I got something for you, nigga. You think you finna do this and leave me with this baby and embarrass me and leave me hanging and not marry me and give me what the fuck I wanted? You finna move on to the next bitch? Nigga, you ain't gonna be able to survive and get past. He says she started death threatening him. You think you plan on me and you so slick because she couldn't control his mind, and she's not as intelligent as Nipsey. She's never been as successful as Nipsey has independently on her own, even though he did not have a record deal. He was not in that industry like he wanted to be. Him, his brother, his father, and all the investments of the business he had, he was still a multimillionaire on his own and a real hustler. She's never been him, and she will never be him. As you can see, she doesn't even have his brain, his talent, his swag, his just knack for picking winners and investing in things and then making it turn to gold, making it rain. She doesn't have that natural ability, but she's trying to wear his skin and wear his birthright like a Jacob and Esau, a dirty bitch, man. Dirty as fuck. Dirty as fuck. And riding off of his death and his blood and his legacy and now trying to say it's hers. And she's only getting it because of the contracts and her friends that helped set that shit up. And lying to the world and trying to fool the public, and shame on her. Because the apocalypse will come. Because she's already secretly miserable. And she knows what she did is wrong. But she's going to ride this gravy train as long as that industry allows her to do this shit she's done. She's a dirty bitch, man. Dirty bitch, man. And this nigga been fucking around on her for years because he didn't want to be with her. And she forced him to live a lie. A big liar. And I just pray if I'm wrong, it comes out. And if she wrong, it comes. What I'm saying is true, it comes out. Because it's a dirty motherfucker, man. And she just playing a game they let her play. And how they sicked her on them like they sicked them on some. They got somebody for everybody. They got somebody for a gay nigga, somebody for a bisexual nigga, somebody for a bitch, and somebody for a straight nigga. They got something for your motherfucking ass. You don't get out of there alive. Once you get in the air, and even though he got the star, look at how she's standing on top of the star, playing on the nigga still on the star and using the star to her motherfucking advantage, saying that she was with him and he with her. So whatever y'all do for him and give to him, y'all need to give to me, because I'm the love of his life and I'm his main bitch. I'm his bottom bitch. Yes, and you help put him right to the bottom of what? A goddamn casket. Y'all need to wake up and see what the fuck